the more and more I watch that, the more and more I'm like, you know what? I know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I know I can do a little bit better than that intro to be a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, good night, capiche. Good night, capiche. Good night, capiche. This is the Good Night podcast where we talk about good, scary stories to put you to bed about good politics, modern day living, social media fights, as we see social media scuffles. You know, whatever we can find in everyday culture.
If it sparks interest, we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I highly appreciate it. I'm your host, Kapish. This is the co-host that does the most, Doc. Um, yeah, there you go. Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. Do that. You know what? I have not had time to really go on social media and see anything. Except for Don Lemon. Don Lemon probably the biggest thing on my thing about him going to jail for enacting the KKK act, protesting in the church.
Oh yeah, you talking about where the dude went in and one of the ICE activists or one of the ICE members that is a preacher.
Yeah. That's like the biggest thing on my timeline at the moment. I did see my boy Patrick Bet Davis on the Piers Morgan show. I haven't had time to watch that one. Look like CNN is having a connipit, having a epiphany. My bad. Look like they losing their marbles. Yes, sir. Can I put that right there? Okay. All right.
Working on it.
Yeah. You can almost barely tell it's there, but it's there. Oh, never mind. I'm finna say did this. They say the Spider-Man commercial might drop on the Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend.
Probably a smart choice.
Oh man, Sony just sold their rights to Netflix.
Oh.
So Spider-Man is officially owned by Netflix. It can't get no better than this, baby. I know Sony I mean not Sony, but Marvel probably like, boy, we can't catch a break. Our most highest gross person that we want back, we can't get them back for nothing. I mean not Sony, but Marvel probably like, boy. Just make sure I had, you know what I'm saying, doing sound check, make sure we sound right. It's only right.
Oh, I always check. I already pulled it up and made sure our sounding was good. I don't want to ever go a whole hour and then check it and then fucking everything is quiet, bro. It's just us sitting there and look.
I did that on TikTok where I recorded a whole TikTok and found out that nobody heard us.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, live and learn.
Yeah, I found a way to correct that though, you know what I'm saying, at least correct it. To where I don't have to go through that problem.
Let's take another dab.
Yet again, I know it probably ain't pulling up, but black people are laughing at the new Black Panther family for getting in ISIS business, like not protecting black people. I don't care what nobody said. That's still gonna always be funny to me. I take that a little personal in the comedy section of, I guess when people are always like, you ain't got your priority right. Yeah, Black Panther is one of them. I don't want to hear nothing. Black Panthers. I mean, they call them Black Panther. I ain't know they call them illegal Panthers. Oh my God. Let me leave that guy alone. It ain't his fault. I mean, it is his fault. He chose to do it. TYT guy is getting called out on his degrees and stuff. That's another thing that's been hitting my mainstream. I forgot his name. Let me. What's the dude's name? Richie from TYT.
I'd have to see a picture. I'm really bad with names sometimes, brother.
That's okay. I do want to see our lawyer's point of view to see what do we think did Dime Lemon did you enact the KKK act, or are they just pulling strings out their ass? Oh, and let me get a special shout out to my boy, Demon. Like a grown man, he came and talked to me. We had a good we had a civilized conversation, understand where he was coming from. Understand where I was coming from. And I ain't got nothing but respect for that guy in that matter,
That's what I was saying. I knew there was more to it because, we've
but
sat here and had conversations.
But it was still what I was thought. I just thought, what I'm saying, he just being radical, like,
right, just trying to spark outrage to get views, right?
Well, he didn't say he didn't do it for views. He just did it just to do it. So it is what it is.
I guess to dramatize, because it'd be different if you did it for your own personal log, but the difference was putting it online, right? When you put things online, you inherently already know that it has a chance to not only be seen, but then be spread around and viewed on, talked about, and people's opinions will be given on it, right?
Right.
So you already know that when you post things, no matter if you're acting or if you're being genuine. But I'm glad that y'all got to talk, because I was kind of curious about that, honestly. So I'm glad y'all got to.
Yeah, I'm glad he hit me up too. I mean, now when I speculate and I talk about him on her, you know what I'm saying?
You have a little bit more substance.
I'll feed into it a little bit more. I'll feed into it a little bit more, I know people are watching I didn't expect him to say that. I thought he said I wouldn't feed into it. No.
I mean, it's almost like it's almost like anything else. You set a respectful boundary. You guys talked about the intent behind it. So at that point, it's literally just, everything's out in the open at this point. What it is what it is. you guys can put it and use it however you wish.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Don Lemon, Don Lemonade, Don Sugar Lemon, Don whatever you want to call him, went to a church. This is our lawyer. This is my lawyer. I wish everybody had one good lawyer. Like, this is my lawyer. I want to present him. And, when we go to court on something, that'd be so cool. So this is my lawyer. He presented a case for Don Lemon. I don't know. I seen a little bit of it. So this is me actually sitting down and getting deeper into details.
Now back to the video.
Okay, let me take you back to Sunday morning, January 18th. We're in St. Paul, Minnesota, and families are gathering at the city's church to worship. Now, enter Don Lemon. He gets together with a group of protesters, and for whatever reason, they conspire to go and protest inside this church. Now, there are a lot of problems with going inside private property to protest, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, we look at the law, then we look at the facts, and then you get to decide how it's going to play out. So first, let me introduce you to 18 U.S.C. Section 241. This is called the KKK Act. Now, this law isn't new. It was passed May 31st, 1870, literally 156 years ago. Now, Congress passed this law specifically to stop the Ku Klux Klan from riding out in the night and terrorizing freed slaves. Now, in the South, you would have a whole bunch of armed white men throw on hoods and go to black churches, kick everybody out, and burn down the building. Sometimes they'd burn down the building while leaving everyone in the building. So Congress had enough of that and decided to pass this law. Now, what the act does, it makes it a federal crime for two or more people to conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to them by the Constitution. And in this particular case, we're talking about your First Amendment right to exercise your religious preference. So, simply put, if you get together with a whole bunch of people and go to a church to interrupt their religious services, you are committing a federal crime and can serve up to 10 years in prison.
So under that, just that little bit, and we're going to finish it, y'all. We're going to finish it. But under that alone, the fact that he went with a mob, even though I heard that he's trying to tell people it had nothing to do with him. He was just journalism, which I think that's probably his good argument in court, is that he was only there to observe,
observe and report like he's supposed to. He wasn't a part of the actual protest. He was there recording said protest.
But then that's where it gets kind of sticky, iffy, because yet again, we're gonna see. I hope they talk about it.
Now, for you to be convicted of this crime, there are 4 elements to go.
It always comes down to technicality of the law and how it's interpreted. So a lot of things people don't understand is it could go either way. Every single case could go either way based off of how it's presented, the facts given, how it's argued, and whether it's decided by a jury of peers or a judge. All of which is extremely huge when it comes to the end result of a final verdict. And people don't understand how much goes into it. It's absolutely huge of a process.
Government has to prove. It has to prove, number one, a conspiracy, an agreement between 2 or more persons to do this thing. Next, they got to show that you had the specific intent to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate. The victims have to be a person within the United States, and the right has to be something that's constitutionally protected, like your freedom of religion. So let's go through the elements. Is there a conspiracy, an agreement between 2 or more persons? Here's what Don Lemon says.
So the American flag or whatever, but these are resistance protesters. They're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. And it's Takima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd, Dante Wright, and others, where they surprise people, catch them off guard, and hold them to account. And so that's what we're doing here. And then after we do this operation, you'll see it live. And these operations are surprise operations. Again, can't tell you where they're going.
So it seems like there's a clear agreement between two or more people on what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, where to meet up, and where they are going. So
You
That's the
agreeing
thing.
with? Okay, go ahead.
Well, the only thing that like is obviously working against him is at this point he knows that they're going somewhere. He knows that they're planning something. He does not know, by the sound of it and the terms he's used, he has not figured out if they're going inside of this place or if it's private property yet. Like he might have been told the area, but he might not have been told if they're going inside or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as it stands right now, he's still observing and reporting. Obviously, he's got some information there that like as soon as things hit a certain point, like as soon as you hit that fine line, it's over. And he can't justify, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what they're doing. They're planning something. Like, you didn't tell us what, but if they said something along the lines of threatening, intimidating, or harming.
Yeah, it's like, I get you. You know their background. You may not know exactly what they're doing right now, but you know their background. You know what the commit stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what they're provoking. You know what they're active of.
Right. They're not trying to go out there and peacefully state what they would like for change. They're actually going with physical intent. But like, what intent? Because he's not giving us anything other than vague statements. So we have to wait till the next portion. And then he's obviously going to give things away. My bad. He's going to give things away with the terms that he uses and stuff as he proceeds, because he already had prior knowledge. So keep use of the past tense terms and the present tense terms as he continues explaining, and that'll tell you what knowledge he had and what they're going to use in court.
Knows where they're going, what they're about to do, and how they're about to do it, right? They're going to confront some people. Don Lemon then admits more of the conspiracy.
They're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason looks for this reason, it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing.
Can you rewind that and play that again? I want to listen to that over again.
He's funny. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard him say. Oh God.
Unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason looks for this reason. It may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here.
Look, what? What?
Oh Lord. Can me and you agree that statement was unnecessary?
Completely unnecessary. It's like he's trying to, like, what are you steering that for? Like, there was no need for that. Jesus, Don.
I'm not sorry for laughing, but I just like point the finger at yourself and say, I'm not with the KKK, but I'm with a bunch of white people without saying it. It's saying it's not MAGA. Oh God. Ooh. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay.
So that is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go.
So it seems like we got 2 or more.
But you heard the critical information. You was talking true indeed. And he be like, man, I was talking during the critical information, but how you know it's critical information? Just because they put you away? Okay, so you,
More people in a conspiracy to do something. So next we're talking about specific intent. Does Don Lemon have any evidence that there's any specific intent to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate whoever they're going to go and confront?
Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
So now they make it very clear that wherever they're going there to disrupt, which to me sounds like injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate.
Hold on, pause it.
What else do you disrupt? So I think we have.
So disrupting does not inherently meaning any of those, actually. Disrupting could be making loud noises to obstruct any voice, like that they would be talking back and forth with people. It could be anything along the lines of standing in the public area to permit, people from walking a longer distance to get to their destination. Like, there's all kinds of things. Am I saying that's what they're about to do? Probably not. But based off of the terms used, it could be legal things at that point. From what I understand, they don't do legal things when they get there, though.
I mean, he's talking under legal circumstances. So you got to give this right here the benefit of.
So as it sits right now, where he's sitting at in the terms used, technically disrupting does not mean harming, threatening, or trying to physically enact anything when it comes to person.
You want to go to your, what's it call it, and see if they use those words?
You talking about the?
You want me to do it?
I don't care. I'll do it.
And I'm asking specifically what?
I gotcha. Okay, Google. When it comes to disrupting something, does that mean inherently doing something physical or threatening somebody?
Disruptor. What is the legal term of disrupting?
Disruption usually refers to changing a process, industry,
Yeah, I know
or
that.
status quo through innovation, technology, or non-traditional methods rather than.
No, it wasn't thinking. It was thinking with like not between people. Hold on a second. So because it was thinking
What is the
machinery.
legal term of disruptive?
In a legal context, disruptive can refer to many things, like disruptive behavior in a courtroom, which could lead to contempt. It might also describe business practices that disrupt competition. Is there a specific context you're interested in?
What? Go ahead.
When somebody is claiming they are going to be disruptive, what does that entail?
That could depend on the context too. In a general sense, it might mean they plan to cause trouble, interrupt things, or significantly change the situation. If it's in a legal context, like threatening disruptive behavior, it could have serious consequences. What kind of situation are you?
Hold on. Let's go to.
Oh, no, that was good. We should have continued, because if you would have asked in addition to that,
What is the legal terms for disruptive in a court?
well, it's not in court though. That's the problem.
What you say? Hey Siri. Dang, I ain't got Siri on. What?
No. From a legal standpoint, disruptive behavior and physical threats are distinct categories.
That could depend on
Key
the context,
differences.
too. In a
Disruptive
general
behavior
sense, it might mean they
focuses on
plan to
action.
cause trouble, interrupt things, or significantly change the situation. If it's in a legal context, like threatening disruptive behavior, it could have serious consequences. What kind of situation are you thinking about?
KP. It's classified under two different categories. Disruptive behavior and threatening behavior are completely different. That's what it's saying. In a legal standpoint, disruptive behavior can be anything along the guidelines of a loud protest or consistent interruptions. However, without being physically aggressive, sorry, hold on, my eyes messing with me. Without ever being physically aggressive. However, disruptive behavior is often monitored closely because it can escalate into legal threat if it includes specific intent, imminency, so suggesting to harm, or aggressive gestures. But they're not saying that, they're just saying they're going to disrupt, which means they're going to be disruptive, right? So just doing disruptive behavior. But that's why they categorize like them differently, because you have disruptive behavior that can transfer
Or
into it.
disturbing a meeting, depending on the jurisdiction. This typically involves actions that significantly interfere with peaceful religious activities, often with specific legal penalties. Did that clarify things?
So hold on. Why is it saying religious anything? Because at this point, we don't even know where we're going. So we can't add that in.
Because we do know we're going to a church.
No, we don't know that at this point in the video. It has not said they're going to the church yet. So from a legal standpoint, when they're talking about disruptive behavior, going somewhere and being disruptive.
Okay. By going somewhere disruptive, unknown, what terms and what definition would fall under this category?
It's difficult to give a specific term without knowing the location, as different places have different laws. However, general legal concepts might include things like disorderly conduct, public nuisance, or criminal trespass, depending on how the disruption is defined.
All of which are not threatening. You know, that's why they have them in different
So you could do non-threatened and still get locked up.
I understand that, but like it's asking if there's clear intent to harm, right? And so far, based off of the terms used, it's stating that it's just disruptive, not threatening or harmful.
Isn't required for an action to be legally disruptive. The focus is more on the impact and whether it violates established rules or public order, regardless of the specific harmful intent.
Damn.
Have our first two elements pretty clear here. We have a conspiracy and agreement between two or more people, and we have the specific intent to disrupt, which to me sounds like injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate someone. But now we get to find out where they're going to.
Pause it real quick. If we would have listened just a split second more before that last pause, we would have heard his somewhat. So he even knows from a legal standpoint it's not threatening behavior. But he's wanting to convince. Like that's
okay. So we are here now. Do you think if you just have it? I think maybe if you just have it on the church, but if they see me, they're gonna know. No,
I don't. It just depends.
What?
Don't name the location.
I'm not naming the location, but I mean, I'm just wondering if you see me.
I mean,
the folks inside see me.
Are the congregants really on live instead of in service right now?
No, but they'll be like, "Why is Don Lemon here?"
Sunday morning. Sunday morning church.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
Like he's. Well, what else? It's Sunday, and we already said the church.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you said it.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
So now we know they're at a church, and in that church are a whole bunch of U.S. citizens. So that satisfies element 3, where we're talking about the victim is a person in the United States or its territories. But now, the right. What right are they about to violate? Well, Don Lemon makes it very clear that they're about to interrupt these people exercising their First Amendment right to worship the way they want.
They're in the middle of the church, so in the beginning of the church service.
So far, Don has not said anything about going inside. He actually specifically said, what if they see what if they see me outside? They're talking about the interaction from him being seen by the people from inside the church. So from my understanding, he's still completely unaware that he will be going inside this church.
Yes, maybe. No, he know he's going inside the church.
So let's rewind it and rewatch. At any point, does he say anything other than standing outside? What if people see me standing outside this church? Because that's all I heard was him standing outside the church. He didn't say anything about going inside. So I'm kind of curious about that. I want to rewatch it.
To me, sounds like injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate someone. But now we get to find out where they're going to disrupt.
Okay, so we are here now. Do you think if you just have it, I think maybe if you just have it on the church, but if they see me, they're gonna know. No?
It just depends.
What?
Don't name the location.
I'm not naming the location, but I mean, I'm just wondering if you see
point,
me.
I mean,
the folks inside see me.
Are the congregants really on live instead of?
The folks inside are going to see me.
In service right now.
No, but they'll be like, why is Don Lemon here?
He did say the folks inside. So you knowing you're going inside. Right?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning church.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
Like, well, what else? It's Sunday, and we already said the church.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you said it.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
So now we know they're at a church.
What did that dude say? Tried to blame him to say that he's denying? Because I think this is the part. I think this is what you're trying to allege to.
So Don is saying that they said something about him talking about the church first, which is false. They said something about the congregants inside, which that's terms used to talk about people inside of the church, right? That was them first.
If the people inside see him, they're gonna recognize him. So that's real close of acknowledging that you're going inside.
But none of it said he's going inside. That's what I'm saying. Is you paused it several times and you're like, there was little points where it looked like what they were trying to get him to agree to, but nothing there stated that he was going inside yet. Like, I don't know if we're getting clips that
the people inside. My question right here is, what did that person in the back say that he said, no, I did not?
Oh, he said something about naming the church, and he's like, no, I didn't.
Okay.
Because technically they said something about the church.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Sunday morning church.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
Like, well, what else? It's Sunday, and we already said the church.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you.
Oh, you already said the church. He said, no, we didn't. Yes, you did.
So he's trying to double down on it.
Said it.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
So now we know they're at a church, and in that church are a whole bunch of U.S. citizens. So that satisfies element 3, where we're talking about the victim is a person in the United States or its territories. But now the right. What right are they about to violate? Well, Don Lemon makes it very clear that they're about to interrupt these people exercising their First Amendment right to worship the way they want.
They're in the middle of the church. During the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking, and Nakima stood up and said her piece, and then the protesters surrounded her. But this is a clandestine mission. I think they found out according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so here we go.
You could talk to the lead pastor.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
Okay.
Now, to make it absolutely clear, Don Lemon talks to the pastor to confirm that what they were doing was exercising their freedom of religion because they were there to worship Jesus, and they are now being intimidated.
Here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
unless you're here to worship. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Yeah.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Now, to even
I got a
make it
question.
more clear that people...
So like he's a pastor that's preaching about Jesus being the savior, right? And he's also a member of ICE. Is that correct?
Supposedly, yes.
If that's true, what kind of fucking hypocrisy is going on?
Far as what?
The fact that Jesus spoke out and was nailed to the cross by the same people that would, by generational difference, be the same people. Does that not make sense?
Say that again.
I said Jesus was nailed to the cross by imperials, right? Or is that correct? In Rome, or who was it? I'm not 100% on it, but like it was the government at the time in control, and he was speaking out on it, and he was nailed to the cross and killed for it, correct?
Okay.
By generational difference, by time difference, right?
Okay.
ICE is those government. How can you preach that about Jesus being the savior and work for the exact same type of people that he fought against? Does that make any sense? Like, I just want to make sure that like somebody else gets that, because like I'm looking at it and my brain is like, how the hell did we get here? You got oats being baptized.
So
You got
government and police agents can't be Christian.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, how are you so hard fought on being a pastor and preaching Jesus being the savior and understanding how everything went, even if it wasn't 100% by the books, right? But the moral of it is Jesus spoke out to the government about the wrongs of how people were being treated, was nailed to the cross for it, and died for the sins of people, however they want to portray it, right? By the government who he was speaking out about, right? And knowing all this, you still are doing the exact thing.
Because wasn't Rome more of a dictatorship leadership? They ruled
Look,
under one person.
if you wanted to get into the specifics, that's fine. But my thought isn't about the specifics of the type of government. It's about how it's being ran and your beliefs and followings, and obviously bending those to what you want.
That's probably how he looks at it. Like Rome was ruled under dictatorship, not, you know what I'm saying? Americanship. I'm gonna say it like that.
I'll say we
Yeah.
can't say dictatorship anymore. Let's be honest, man, because
You can say dictatorship because there are countries that leads under dictatorship.
no, I'm saying like you can't say dictatorship here yet. But like, shit, we're trying to get there apparently.
You can't say dictatorship here at all because it hasn't never been done.
I'm aware of that, but like, shit, it definitely isn't fucking the good old American system that was brought up by, you know, much smarter men than we have now. That's for damn sure.
Hey, you have your opinions, I have mine. The whole fact of the matter is, I'm just trying to answer your question to why this person looks at that. Because yet again, Rome was built under a dictatorship. Yet again, America is not. So therefore, that probably is one of the reasons. And yet again, I said probably.
Right, I get it. So what you're thinking is he probably like made his way of thinking to feel like it was a better choice or a better way or whatever was right for him.
I mean, him joining up for ISIS doesn't mean that he knew all this stuff was going to happen. Doesn't mean that was going to stop him from being a preacher. And not to say, and we're not going to sit up here and say that he's a real Christian or a fake Christian. You know what I'm saying? We just going off what he's telling us. So, you know.
Oh, I get it. But like, you got to see it. Like the rest of the world sees it too. Christianity is where people run when they realize all their mistakes in life and they feel like they can get a clean slate. Like you got it with all the OnlyFans girls that have done all kinds of dumb shit and then they get baptized and now they're getting all kinds of attention and more doing it because they realized it worked and they're still getting attention for it. And it's just saturating Christianity with more and more people that aren't about the beliefs and teachings. They are just there because it's accepting. If you accept everybody, then you're going to accept everybody. It is what it is. And then you're obviously going to let people in that shouldn't be there. And then you're going to have a bunch of people that end up being there after the good ones have all passed. And that's how you get, you know, the changes in not only religion, but any structure when it comes to a system.
Go.
Hi, beautiful. You okay? Just took a shower.
In that church were intimidated. Here is Don Lemon's account of people crying in the corner.
And there are people here who are, I'm looking at a young man who's in the corner. He's frightened. He's scared. He's crying. People are leaving church.
We must love and support one another. All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No, Jesus would dine with innocents. You do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens. Hey, you can't. You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving.
Shame. Now, one thing you have to also understand, if you're saying, hey, Don Lemon didn't do anything, he was just there observing. He knew what their intentions were. He helped plan things out. Well, I'll say this. Even if Don Lemon didn't know that any of that other stuff, like the intimidation, was going to happen, he can still be held criminally liable for his other co-defendants' actions. Like this particular guy.
Yesterday, I went into a church with McKean.
So my question is, what threatening or harmful thing that they did? From my understanding, the worst they did was trespass and make a bunch of noise because nobody made physical contact. Actually, from what I seen, the one person.
Yeah, but the KKK act is that you cannot protest against people in churches.
And I get that. And I'm not disregarding that. What I'm saying is, why are they still painting it as if they were being threatening or harmful?
Because that's what the KKK act provokes, and that's what they technically.
They're trying to get it to look like it's threatening so that they can actually enact the KKK act. Is that what I'm hearing?
Period. Protesting and period. That's provoking. That's you mean you can't do that at all.
So, from my understanding, could they not have just called the police and had them trespassed and removed, since it's private property? Why are we making it a big thing and trying to blow it up as if it's some huge key point in the religious / cultural civil war we got going on?
That's what they're saying, but yet again, a lot of people.
It's just more dumb shit to try to fan the flames that don't need to be fanned, and it's literally just dumb shit. They went in somewhere. Should have been the cops called. They should have got fucking trespassed, and it would have been over.
Doc, chill out for a second, bro. Chill out, just for a second.
Chill. Why do you think I'm not chill, dude?
Because you like Ren, I'm trying to explain why this is a big deal, because a lot of people out here don't know nothing about the KK and that. So yet again, a lot of people don't see the reason why Don Lemon is possible on his way to go to jail, to go to court, to press charges. Okay. Not yet has it actually put in place yet, but yes, he could possibly face charges for this. And yes, there are other people on the other side that knows about this KKK act that feels like maybe not Don Lemon, but people that was there that provoked and been mean, was aggressive, definitely should go to jail. What you reading up, Doc?
I've never in depth read the KKK Act, so what I'm doing is reading it, because if they're clearly trying to push the narrative of threat, but if they do not have it to clear the 4 channels in order to get what they're after, then obviously that's why they're pushing so hard for it.
He can still be held criminally liable for his other co-defendants' actions, like this particular guy.
Yesterday, I went into a church with,
Doc, this guy for sure violated the KKK Act way more than Don Lemon.
So here's my question. I understand.
Let me finish. He has a more liable chance, not to say it will or won't, but he has a liable more chance of facing this KK Act because of what it proves. And that's what he talked about in the beginning of this thing. What is the KKK Act law?
Right, and from my understanding, that's why I'm looking into the damn thing. They are trying to push the narrative that they were going to intend harm or threaten. But from my understanding and the video shown, maybe I'm missing some stuff. Like I said, I still have to look up a bunch of videos because I haven't looked into it. But from my understanding, they were going to be loud about how not only do they feel they should be doing more instead of just sitting in there listening to somebody who is actually the cause of a majority of the outrage, right? So it's kind of, I get they shouldn't be in there. I'm not arguing that. Like, they're not supposed to be in there. It's a religious place. You should not be going into somebody's place of religion and causing an issue. If you want to do it outside, cool. go outside on the public sidewalk and do a normal protest like a normal fucking human being. So I can't argue with that fact. The only thing that I'm trying to get is why are they pushing so hard that these people are trying to intend harm or threat? They're trying to blow it up as if these people went in there to try to just beat everybody's ass. I've been a part of groups that just go in and beat everybody's ass. That is not
okay, Doc. Nobody said beat ass, threat.
No, but they're talking clear intent to harm or threaten, and that's not what they're doing. They are screaming that they should be doing more for the people around them rather than just sitting there drinking lattes, living a lavish life.
People that are there that feels threatening to them. For you to come up out of nowhere yelling and ranting on about stuff.
They're asking the intent of the person. They're not asking the feelings of the people. That's the difference. The intent he went with was not to threaten and harm people. Stop trying to turn it on the feelings of the people because they're scared little children.
But that's how it works. Those are the victims. I mean,
that's not how it works, though.
But
the intent comes from the person.
They're going to look at it. They're going to look at it from the victim point of view.
It doesn't matter. When you are talking about the intent, it has to be the person doing its intent. You can't talk about the feelings of other people for that bullshit.
Let's listen to what he got to say.
I'm going to, but like you at least understand that, right? Like intent does not come down to the feelings of the people around you. The intent is the person in front of you doing the action, the intent they had. Let's at least be okay with that.
Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. The pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck them. They want to come after me. How can they live so comfortably while the people from Somalia that are in this country legally that have citizenship can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any different?
So, as you heard, the pastor said we're worshiping God, asked them to leave. They refused to leave. So now what do you...
They've literally stopped people that are legal citizens going to their place to worship. Some have been pulled while they're in there out of the places, right? There's videos still going around of all types of stuff happening that should be happening, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'll have to look up a couple then.
You just talked about a whole event that I have never seen.
I got you.
That once.
Because like people are on their way legally in the state. They're being stopped and pulled and detained, right? Just because they don't have the documentation straight on them, by the way. They're telling them that they are legal.
Are American citizens getting detained? Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And they shouldn't be. And why aren't they able to go and do their religious beliefs and practices?
Most American citizens that are getting detained are being detained because they are with illegals.
My man, I think you need to relook into your statistics, right? Because no.
Yet again, you talked about a whole event that, you know what I'm saying, we have
right.
seen.
Oh, that's right.
Like, I have not seen that one. Yeah. But have I heard about legals getting detained? You know what I'm saying? Yes, there are illegals being detained.
Do. To me, it seems like all four of these elements have at least been spoken to, but it's going to be up to you to determine if they've been satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt. So now, with all
it actually
elements seemingly satisfied, the DOJ says we're going to be coming after you. Here is the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division of the United States of America explaining what are the possible charges they intend to bring against Don Lemon and his co-conspirators.
See various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this. All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
Okay, so you guys got to see the irony in this. A law passed to stop the Ku Klux Klan from bothering black people is now going to be employed against BLM and Don Lemon. But my question to you, you know the elements, you've seen the evidence. Do you think Don Lemon has a problem? Now, if I was Don Lemon, I would be getting all my ducks in a row because it seems like they may be coming after me because he's documented everything. Now, with that being said, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff.
So obviously I'm missing a lot of context because like he put bits and clips. So like obviously I'm going based off of what I've seen. I will say that there was, we'll look it up at some point, but in 2025 to late 2025 to 2026, Immigration and Customs Enforcement launched Operation Metro Surge. There was in Minnesota at a Star City Mall in St. Cloud, they went into the places of religious gathering for the Somalians and pulled people from the place of worship. So we'll have to look into that and see what videos we can find on it. But clearly states that they did it. So we'll just have to look into that.
I did admit, I said, are American citizens getting pulled over?
Well, we were talking about being pulled and doing things in a religious setting that's not supposed to be done, right? Because this is a church, it's not supposed to be done, right? ICE did it before we did it, right? Or we did it, you know what I mean? So what's the difference here? Color of skin?
ICE did what?
They went into a Star City Mall and into the place of religion where the Somalian people go to worship and pulled people from it to detain them. We'll have to look at videos because this was just the AI because I just did it as a quick search to make sure I wasn't like talking on my ass because I'm pretty sure I've seen it several times. So we'll have to look into that one. Sure.
Look, yeah, there we go. Let's look into it. I have no problem.
Absolutely, because like, why is this justified then? You know what I mean? Like, if they're gonna try to justify this, I'm just gonna keep pulling up clips of that one and be like, all right, guys, what's the difference? It's skin color, right? That's the only difference.
It's not even Don Lemon might be. I don't even, to me, only reason Don Lemon is involved because he documented everything.
Oh yeah.
He just so happened to be there.
I'm not, like I said, I want to make it very clear again that if somebody they obviously did something illegal by going into a place of religion and doing something heinous by disrupting it.
Again, compared to the white guy has a more chance of getting these charges than Don Lemon. Like that, not that, and I said that in the middle of the talking. I'm like, the white guy has a way more chance of doing it. Only reason Don Lemon is getting tagged in it is because of, for one, the little name, Democratic name, just to throw up in there for the clout, and the fact that you filmed everything.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Other than that,
it comes down to details as to what was said on the films. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it would probably be just the white guy and, you know what I'm saying, maybe that little black chick that you seen in the video earlier, her and that little crew right there that actually went in and did all the ranting and yelling and pointing their fingers at a bunch of people in church worshiping. You know what I'm saying? They'll get more of the charges than Don Lemon. But if they do want to be, you know, an asshole or whatever, and throw Don Lemon up in the bunch just because you was there, and hell, you should have just been there. You should have just stayed your ass outside, or you should have filmed and stopped filming certain stuff. You know, maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But
can I make a wild prediction?
What up?
I want to make a wild prediction, okay? And for anybody who is on that side of history, you know how they hid people in the attics and basements and shit, right? We're going to have to get to a point. Everybody's going to have to take their homes and swap it with a person. Then they're going to have to swap with another person. Everybody's just going to have to keep swapping homes until all the names don't match any of the information, and then they can't come after anybody.
That's your wild prediction?
I mean, that's what it's going to have to happen when it comes down to it. Yeah. It's people aren't going to be staying in the homes that their names are on. Because like everybody's going to be on a list of some sort, whether it be helping out, not helping out, doing something that they don't like. Like, yeah, it's going to come down to where people don't even feel safe being in the home that they did most of their, most of their life in.
That's sad because you know what I'm saying. It's not a lot. It's happening, okay, but it's not a lot of people out there that are going out here harassing. So on both sides of the party, lock up the few that are doing it, make an example out of those who are doing it. Whatever.
Both sides. If there's illegal activity, both sides, lock them up. I agree.
You know, if you're doing it, you're doing it. If you're disruptive, you're disruptive. Just lock them up, make an example out of them. And I'd rather for the laws to be enforced than to let people keep sliding, and then y'all gonna show that people can slide getting away with stuff, because then everybody's gonna try to get away with that exact same thing.
Yes, the laws. Follow the fucking laws, right? It's not that fucking hard. And if we need to change them, you do them the proper way, right? So we should be following and obeying 100% of the laws, right, KP?
Right.
Epstein files.
Fuck the Epstein files.
Nope. Those were supposed to be released. So by law, if we're supposed to follow the laws, those motherfuckers should have been already released, right? But
I don't.
rather
Right,
protect
listen.
the pedos. Fucking dumb. But the person isn't alive. So there's plenty of people that did dumbass shit that he was connected to, and obviously that's gonna tell in there, and motherfuckers don't want to see their best friend go. But it's all good.
Okay. That's all I'm when you and Demon bring that up, every time you bring it up, all I'm gonna just say is okay.
Right, because you don't have a leg to stand on because they won't release the shit.
I never argued against it.
But that's the thing. The people that you follow and most of those views that you have are on that side.
You don't know that.
KP, the way that you argue shit tells it. Even if you don't like to know that, people like even if you don't say it with words,
but
I don't have to know that, man.
You can talk about me, but don't talk about my audience, because that's not necessarily 100% true. You don't have that to back that up.
Wait, what am I talking about your audience? Wait, what did I miss? Hold on.
Then you said that most people that follow me agree that the Epstein file and
No, I didn't. No. I was saying most people, as in like, if you're saying laws should count and everybody should be held accountable and the law should be followed, right?
Right.
That's what we just talked about as a general statement. That is in that general statement, because the Epstein files were supposed to be released by law with a subpoena, right? And it was ignored, which is illegal and not following the law, right? We don't get to bend it for some things.
What do you want me to say? Okay. What the fuck?
No, I'm just saying, because like it's pretty understandable that.
Okay, y'all. Only people that drag it on is y'all.
Of course, I'm not going to stop talking about it, because that right there is what they want you to do. They want people to say, okay, I'm not going to argue with you until it goes away. I'm not letting it go away.
But don't argue with me about it.
Oh, no, this is mostly to the internet, and it'll continue being to the internet every time I talk about it.
Don't argue with me, because I don't give a shit about it. I never gave a shit about it in the first place.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
That's not a problem. That's just my preference.
Widespread human child trafficking is an issue.
Is a dude alive? Yes or no?
Plenty of people connected to it that need to be held accountable.
You know how to
stop doing that.
Question.
Of course, because that doesn't mean shit. Somebody killed him so they couldn't talk and tell on him so that he could fucking get out of there. See, stop that. Stop that. You can't play that bullshit.
This is why I don't get into that. This is why I'm like, I'm so dumb, because everybody,
Look, I'm gonna say it right now. Trump fucking did that shit. Hillary was still under watch and look. They weren't fucking letting her ass do it. She was the only other person I had fucking pegged for it. But even then, Bill Clinton's fucking happy. Like, he don't give a shit about it. Release them bitches, he says. He said, go ahead. I know Trump's gonna fucking suffer more than me. Bring that shit on. You know damn well he's fucking waiting for that shit.
Did he say those words exactly?
No, but he's smart enough to understand, because if you say certain things, just like you, if you say certain things, you're going to be held accountable. That's why you won't say certain things as well. That's why you just say, okay. Some of us are smart.
No.
Yeah.
I said preference. I gave a specific reason why.
You gave a specific reason why. No, you gave that the dude's dead. He's not dead. He was murdered to keep him quiet so that other people didn't have to be held accountable.
Oh my God! You just said no. He's not dead. He was murdered. What like that? Like
there's a difference. There's a difference, because saying it's suicide is a cut and end.
I didn't say that.
No, but you're saying he's dead as if like it doesn't matter. It does matter. He was killed to keep quiet so that people didn't get hurt.
So now you want to investigate how he died, and that needs to be solved.
I don't have to. I was already watching that. This that's been solved and cut. There's like a bunch of shit missing, no fucking lineups. Like, there's plenty of shit that was very clear that he was killed and it wasn't suicide. As much as people want to try to spin it the other way, I'm not stupid. I understand how history is written by the people in charge. But I know.
I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I never investigate into the Epstein files, and people can backtrack. I did light research on it, but it was never. So I'm gonna stick to that. I'm not gonna change up and say, "Oh my God."
We're gonna have to look into that together. We're gonna have to go through that one. That's a good one.
And yeah. That goes under case files. That goes under Thursdays.
Okay.
So, because other than that, to be honest with anybody, and you know what I'm saying, you can check my history. I have never really gotten into that like that.
I really think you should, KP. I think as much as you want to just ignore it, like it's not ignorable, dude. Like, not in the deep-seated connection between the human trafficking, the money, the trips from people, I'm one of those people. I want it to come out because, like, I'm a huge Eminem fan. It's very well known. I have argued for him time and time again, and I'm a little biased when it comes to it. That's why if everybody, if I ever argue with somebody, I make sure they're well aware that he has been my favorite rapper for a very long time. Not that I don't have other ones, Tech Nine, Hobson, Token, but it's just the fact of, like, he has always been very high on my list. So, but he is on the Epstein's list, right, of being to the island. So I would like to know if somebody that I've looked up to and why he was there, right? So I want to know it just as much. And if so be it. But that's the thing. Why wouldn't you want to know not only about the people that you looked up to, but then most of your government officials throughout the years? Why would you not want to know why people voted the way they voted because of certain things that were going on, right? And if you found out details that they had, right, then that means leverage that they were being used against certain things. Certain things happened. Like, people don't realize how fucking deep life is because they're all sitting there staring at a screen where people are either straight up acting or trying to be so genuine that it hurts. They forget how much depth there is.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry not to be sorry that the Epstein, once he died and, people got locked up, kind of.
Not over.
It was over, yet again.
He would like you to think it's over, but it's not over.
I mean, whatever happens, I'll cover it whenever something happens. Other than that, I'm not going to break my neck.
Hey, P, when that shit comes out, if you are not out there in the streets with my ass with a fucking torch and pitchfork, me and you going to have some issues. All right? I'm coming to pick your ass up. I'm coming out. Beep, beep, hop in, motherfucker. We're going protesting.
I'm not never ever protesting.
You ain't got a choice. When it comes out and his ass is in there, I'm telling you right now, I'm picking your ass up, like it or not. I don't care if I
I'm
have to
not
fucking gas your
protesting.
ass and take you in the
Bro,
van, kidnap
I got a
style.
whole podcast right here that a motherfucker
I will bring your
sit-
ass with. I will grab your phone and shit. You coming with me? All right, we live
I'm
in it
not,
like
bro.
Dawn. All right.
You know what I'm saying? I will announce, you know what I'm saying, if you know Trump is in these so-called files and he has done something to somebody and you know is out there, then yeah, I will have my say. But until then, when everything is allegedly, you know,
Then let's not say okay and hope the shit goes away.
nobody can hear you at the moment for some reason. But
That's
and
weird.
this-
Can you hear
oh,
me now?
wow. Yeah.
Weird. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't even know what I was gonna say because the mic thing kind of made my ADHD go crazy. But
So it just seems like, you know, we all got things to look at, and you know, I get hit ups every day about little things that, you know what I'm saying, that or some things are big, some things are not. You know, we all look at things differently and stuff like that. So what's important, what's not important. The Epstein case coming out and not really pointing the finger at somebody, I really feel like for some odd reason that's more and more of what y'all people are gonna get. You're not really gonna be satisfied when these files come out because for some odd reason it's never gonna be enough. It's not gonna be 100%. It's still gonna be something taken out. Everybody's gonna look at this one case and be like, you see how when you read right here and the continuance don't continue right, that's proof that they took it's gonna be something. I mean, if we're not really gonna put in a official dominating law to go after pedophiles, to go after them, period, big, small, little, or hard, you know what I'm saying? Which I guess obviously all presidents are protecting pedophiles if that's the case. I mean, if that's how people want to look at it, then I mean that's a different fight. That's something to look at. That's something to deep into. You know what I'm saying? Now that's more of a story that interests me. If we're gonna say like, I mean, hell, if this one right here, the last one right there, this
right, because obviously they've, you know, presidents talk, right? They have to debrief and they obviously do a certain amount on TV and stuff. But like there's certain things they can't talk to the American public about. How much did they know and how much did they keep secret? You know what I mean?
So yeah, in that case, I'm like I said, I'm with you on that, and then I'll go down that rabbit hole like that because that's more logical of, you know, find out the year he was born, especially probably like when he graduated out of high school and college.
I would say college,
like
yeah. High school probably less so.
I want to know when you were born. I want to know it all. If you're gonna deep dive into the conspiracy, you
I
gotta.
thought we were just going to the actual, like, just the roots of like when he started things. I get you.
But
I get you.
again, you never know who ran across him. That can be a key person
Later on, right?
You know what I'm saying? Was this a grooming, or this was something that he fell into when he got out of college, or did he find it around high school? Did he find it on a campground at a camp? You know, I mean, there's so many aspects that you can miss if you just want to start so-called.
Right.
Yeah.
I get you.
I mean, and then how many other like super ringleader information out there of people like that, and have these people ever crossed each other I mean, if you're gonna build a well, we're gonna build a well right. You know
And
what I'm saying?
that's why the Epstein files are so crucial, because that tells you not only the start of his web, but how far it stretches to other webs, KP. That's why we
Yeah,
should
but
never
that's
let
not.
this go.
But and I'm not knocking that. Okay, I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying that it's not true. But there's still other webs that we can go look at and start at. There's still evidence out there to go look at. There's still that woman that he, and what was their ties and when did they start? Did they truly start with him or did they start earlier? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to still look into. Um, Yet again, I think like you're gonna have to pick an off day or a day during the week or something like that. Sound like to me if that's really what you want to do. You know me, throw a little intro, a little FT.
Hey, I'm good, bro. I'll do it. I don't care. I just, like I said, tomorrow I'm probably not gonna be
No, I'm
able
talking
to.
about official, like sit back,
Yeah.
think, contemplate, like all right, this, that.
I got you. Like, I'm just, man, my eyes bugging me. I'm probably gonna have to jump off here, dude.
It looked like somebody trying to jump on here, but they need to cut their camera on.
Bully. It's a bully.
It's bully. It's
Yo,
bully.
Yes.
yo.
Yo. That camera on, brother.
Yeah, it is bully.
Oh yeah,
They
it turned your
can't get
camera
that
off.
on.
There you go. There you go.
No,
Oh,
I'm
it's
in the car.
dark.
That's why. They ain't gonna be able to see me.
Hell no, can't see your ass at all.
Yeah, but then can't then okay, well, it's gonna be looking like I'm talking to myself though.
I mean, aren't you though? It's a podcast. Like, if I'm not here, normally you're talking to yourself.
About something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have my ducks in a row. What you on, bully?
All right, brother. I gotta jump out of here.
All right.
What's the word?
There you go. Now just got in, just talking about this Don Lemon. Might be going to jail.
You said who?
Don Lemonade.
Don Lemonade.
Yeah, I don't know him. He's a CNN anchor that has a podcast that did a protest at a church and might have violated a law. That's all.
Yeah. I sent it. I think I sent it to your inbox.
You sent it to me on Messenger?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Something you want me to pull up? Something on the
Oh
brain?
no. I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see what I sent.
Not a live reaction. You sent it to me. Let me see. You didn't send it to me on Messenger, Captain. Unless you sent it to me a while back.
What was it? The off duty ICE agent? Or was it I don't know if it was the
Illinois
Illinois just
changed the
changed the
game of
game.
the Illinois. You did send me something like that about an off duty. I don't know where. Okay, I see off duty. I see that one. So which one you want to talk about? Which one you want me to pull up? You want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up.
Probably both of them.
Huh? I can't pull up both of them at once. And which one you want first, my guy?
Oh, okay. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Let's look at this off duty one. this right here. Nope. I gotta try to see how to get this thing off my screen. Ah, there we go. No, wrong one. Talking about this right here?
Yeah.
So December 31st, 2025, Keith Porter Jr. was outside California apartments where he reportedly fired a rifle into the air celebrating the New Year. Damn, not this happened during the New Year, baby. Right during the countdown. Boom, boom. Duly Immigration of Customs Enforcement officer decided to tear Porter thread inside collar. Let me do something real fast. Let me see something.
Tonight, strong emotions in Northridge at a vigil for 43-year-old Keith Porter. Authorities say he had been shooting gunshots in celebration outside of his apartment on New Year's Eve when an off-duty ICE agent responded and killed him. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf live tonight where this all took place. Matthew, what do you know?
Oh, Laura, there were more than 100 very emotional people here tonight. You can take a look at the memorial that they left behind, all the candles and the signs and flowers, some now calling for an investigation.
Say his name! Say his name!
Grief and anger filling a Northridge street at a vigil for 43-year-old Keith Porter.
He was a great black man. He was a girl dad.
Described as a father with 2 kids, Porter is accused of firing AR-15 bullets in the air outside this apartment last week to celebrate the new year before he was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent.
His only mistake was thinking that he was free enough to do it here. And to the people that think it was a stupid act, it's the same stupid act that many of us have done time and time again. New Year's Eve celebratory.
This is not someone who was out to harm anyone.
But according to an LAPD report, the off-duty agent heard gunshots, confronted Porter, identified himself as law enforcement, and claims Porter shot towards him, prompting the agent to fire back, killing Porter.
Police lie, and it's disgusting the way in which they assassinate black life.
Claiming that he had an AR-15 and was shooting bullets up in the air.
It's not the smartest thing to do if that.
Yet again, is it It's against the law to shoot guns in the air. This is a simple case. Simple. Lucky my cousin gone. I'm like, come on, man, really? That was too easy. That was too easy, y'all. I'm finna get up off here, y'all. Good night, Kapeash.